Hi guys, my name is Toby Balogo. I'm the social advocacy lead at the Chronicles. So we have a guest with us today, Mr. Daniel, a lover of wisdom. A lover of philosophy. Is here today to talk about. We're here to talk about the concept of good. What is the meaning of good? To say something is good. So, Mr. Daniel, it's nice to have you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
So, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself before we jump right into the video? At least the audience should know who you are.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Daniel Samuel. He said, I'm a philosopher. Yeah. We all in a quest to get more knowledge,
Yeah.
and I believe I'm here to learn more too.
Okay. Maybe I should adjust your mic for you just in case so that the audience will be able to hear you very well. Okay. So, I started a topic about a week ago about the concept of good, and I was having a discussion with someone at my place of work about the concept of good. What it thinks to say something is good, what does it mean? Or for you to say something is good, what does it mean?
Yeah, thank you very much. So the concept of good, I'm sure it won't have a straightforward a definition like that. Concept of good is gonna be broad because uh, good sometimes might be related to people, to persons, to culture. Yeah, but we can go through a narrow path and say, okay, what is good? It's something that meet up standard, that meet up expectation, that is positive. So it's a whole lot around that area.
You said relative. Does it mean that good is subjective? Because
Yeah,
relativity, or what does relativity, to say something is relative, what does it mean?
yeah. When you say something is relative, it means something can be good to someone, it might not be good to another person. I'll give you an instance
Okay.
from one of the philosophy literatures that I've come across one time. So for mice,
Mm.
the mice feel it is good to chase the rats because the mice eats the rat and feels there's a balance in the ecosystem for their own growth. It's the rat that is being chased. It's never a good thing to
Mm.
something chasing it,
Mm.
trying to kill it, try to eat it. So for the mice is good, but for the rat it's not the case.
So, in that case, using your example, what about rats that oftentimes we have rats around the kitchen or in the storage area, especially on kept area, where they go to consume people's food? Would they say that is good? Do you think rats would assume that what rat is doing is good? Let me put it that way. If that makes sense.
Of course, definitely. Rats, they do have a brain,
Yeah.
maybe a similar brain like that of a human. So I think they will feel what they are doing is right.
So just to move a little bit from the animals kingdom, what about okay, let's go with W.D. Rose, like his own concept of good, the example he gave. So I'll give the same example and then we'll go from there. Imagine you have a plan to, or imagine you had a plan to meet up with someone later in the day. And but on your way to meet that person, you met someone drowning and you decide to like assist the person drowning. Basically, prima facie duties. Do you Or let me say, what would you do if you had a plan to meet up with someone, but on your way going to meet up with the person, you found someone drowning? What would you do? Do you think you would leave, like you fail to meet the promise of meeting someone later in the day, or you just help the person drowning?
Yeah, thank you. That's a good one. No, we'll have to introduce the priority in this case. So I think in this case, you give priority to the person who is drowning. I mean, we're talking about a life here. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think you'll be doing more good. So we can still go further and say there is more good when save somebody who is drowning,
Yeah.
and when you just rush to meet up your appointment. That's like a personal good. You want to be good, to the person.
Now the question is that how did you know? How do you know or judge an action? How do you know the action is good?
Most times in ethics, it's a broad field. We look at the intention of the action. So we'll judge it by the intention, not just by the outcome. What's the actual intention before attempting to, do that, regardless of what, our outcome will finally have. So should I think we should put more emphasis on the intention. So if the intention is to bring out something more positive, something that serves more of humanity, that's way around it, something
Mhm.
that give more
Mhm.
more pleasure, more satisfaction, and it help more people. I think that's where we should put the
Okay.
priority of good.
What if I for me, what if I decide not to save the person? The drowning fellow.
Yeah.
Would you say that that is good or that is bad?
uh, okay. I mean, in this case, I mean, we've dealt with a topic like this before.
What in the sorry to cut you short because you said subjectivity,
Yeah.
right? So in my own subjectivity, I think for me, I
You should
think
just
yeah,
go.
I should just go.
Yeah.
So would you say that one it's right or it is not right?
Yeah, I mean, talking about uh assessing this situation in this case,
Mhm.
I think we might not be able to apportion blame, but there is a stage where you have a recommendation and you have a requirement. You have something it is morally recommended, and when you come to morality, you can't really judge it like right or wrong, like a one-way thing.
So
So
you can't. Does that mean that uh, rape is good? Since I think you're saying you can't in morality, you can't say if an action is right or wrong. So does that mean that rape is wrong? Oh, when rape is right, I mean.
no, I mean, there are levels of actions, and there is also situation for things, but it's not really applicable in all cases. If it in cases of rape, cases of murder, some of those cases like that, they are like extreme cases.
How do you judge
You
extreme
most times you
cases?
find no justification for issue of rape, and they are just one time things like that.
Again, for me, I'm the basic of my own premise, like where I'm drawing my question from will be that you said morality or saying if an action is wrong or right is relative. Basically, it's subjective. So you're saying in the case of rape, there won't be a justification for it. So what if the person decides like say, okay, I feel rape is good. Since it's just subjective, it's based on my own belief. So how would you explain? Because I feel like that is a justification if you're saying that rape is subjective, like rape is part of like moral issues, and you're saying like morality is we can't say it is wrong or it is right. So it's kind of dicey.
Hmm.
So we just say it is subjective, or we should just both agree that morality is objective.
Um, yeah, I mean these are perennial arguments, this argument that is still ongoing. But issue of rape, it's a no. Issue of rape is
The,
morally bad
but
everywhere in the world, I guess.
yeah, it's morally bad. But how do you judge if an action is bad? Like bad itself. What are the qualities you need to say? Well, I think it's easier. I mean, I shouldn't be the one explaining, but I feel like it's easy to say an action is bad if it causes pain to the other person. But still,
That's still
aside,
relative now.
yeah, but exactly. So rape again, based on one's personal. or based on one's subjectivity, the person can one could argue that rape is not bad. So I think we will just agree that rape is bad based on subjectivity or
Uh,
I mean objectivity.
I think I'll go with you. Rape is bad, definitely.
but
Rape is bad.
but yeah,
Issue of drowning too. Uh, Even if we can apportion blame, it doesn't mean that action is not bad. That maybe you left the child drowning, and probably at the end of the day, the child lost the life. We might not be able to, like, enforce or sue you legally, but we know that it is recommended you help, and then not helping, we can say that it's bad.
would you agree with what's the name of this philosopher? Like, yeah, there's a philosopher. I'm trying to remember his name. One of the founder of analytical philosophy. His own because his work kind of focused extremely on metaethics. So he said something like
Not Peter Singer.
no I can't remember his name. Um, his own conclusion is that you can divine good.
G.E. Moore.
Ge more, yeah. And you can't divine good. Good is simple. Simple is just like you trying to define what is color yellow. Okay, like what describe color yellow or explain color yellow. So good is just good as good. That is the last thing about good. And it's like he was like in his book that one way for you to know if an action is good is through instinct. Would you agree that, or would you agree with his own view about like knowing that an action is good or something is good or this is good through instinct?
Instincts can mislead.
But in epistemology, there's this like instinct is one of the way to intuition is one of the way to acquire knowledge.
Yes.
So likewise, experience and rationalism you can
But
also.
those knowledge are not certain. We can't say they're 100% truth
But at
knowledge.
least we can both agree that it's close to certainty, like knowledge by intuition.
It's close to, but it's not there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So do you think it is wrong to say if an action is good through instinct?
No. Uh, I think instinct is part of these things. Instinct might be part of it. Intentions, the outcome. So there's a whole lot of ways to come about this. You don't have it like straightforward like that. There will always be argument and counter arguments when you come to these ethics related subject matters.
So you're saying in the society, because again I remember I was having a discussion with a colleague at home, and it was like if an action is good, that it's usually subjective, and I was like, and then I asked him a question that what since it's subjective, don't you think if you have your own perspective or your concept of good, I have my own concept of good, and we all have our own concept of good, don't you think there will be chaos in the society?
Definitely.
So you mentioned subjectivity, so I think it's still like taking me back to the problem of the chaos in the society. So is there a way like we can like saying an action is good through collective agreement, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, and probably that's where law and public policy making comes in.
So does that mean if public policy and law is coming in through that, like, does that mean that there are certain things in the society that are good or that our representatives in law are not even like stating, and they are probably like saying that like for instance, let me give you an instance. Let's say in Nigeria, abortion is still illegal in Nigeria for sure. So does that mean that abortion is good, but the representative we have, people like representing the Nigerians, they don't want to put it in law or they don't see a reason for them to put it in law, but it's still good regardless, even though it is not legalized.
Um, yeah, that of abortion is very controversial, but there might be cases where some people might feel like it's good to have abortion. But then it's too complicated. I mean, we don't want to start. That's a whole lot of
I
discussion on
I, I really mind like starting
abortion.
it.
No, no. I'm sure we don't want to go there. It's an argument that is still ongoing now with the conservative and the pro abortion and all that. So it's still
I
going
mean,
on.
yeah, I understand what you mean. But so what are we concluding on? Are we concluding that is the conclusion that good is subjective or good is objective? What's our conclusion?
I don't think we can reach a conclusion. If you say good is objective, another question comes in: who is setting the standard?
I mean, if because for instance, even by instinct, you seeing a drowning child, drowning individual, you want to, the first thing that will come to your mind is to help the child. The first thing that will most likely come to your mind is to help the child, right? So, in some way, I think we can just agree that that is objective based on instinct. Maybe, yeah, that is what I think. So we're setting the standard based on like everyone's action. Like once we record like
A
your
kind of
own,
general action
yeah,
that
then they
okay,
will say yeah,
yeah,
this is objective.
yeah, I think you're right. Because if you put it into both, we'll have more on the other side of rescuing the child and
Exactly.
walking past the
For
child.
those that would like, it might be well for people that would want to save the child. Probably they have.
So it's two-sided here. What if you can't swim yourself? What if you go
Mm,
rescue the child
mm.
and you drown with the child? So we're losing two lives.
Oh,
More losses. So there's
that's a
situations.
good point. I didn't think
There's
about that.
these
Yeah,
situations, and how things goes about. There's different situations in these different cases. What if the guy cannot swim? If you cannot swim, how do you save somebody? So you have to save yourself first before you can save somebody. You have to be sure that, like, there's this training I went for, and there's something we call scene safety. If you want to rescue a casualty, somebody in need of help, you have to be sure that that space is safe for you to help. Otherwise, you might also be needing help too with the person. What if he was just attacked and people attacked him around the vicinity and you are still there trying to help? What if they come for you? So there are some cases you can justify somebody walking away for several reasons. But generally, human instincts are more on the where a lot of people will go for is rescuing the child, before we start bringing these various borderline cases.
and maybe I would say we should like maybe to ask to give response to your criticism, like your critic. I would say, thinking about it, I would say in that case, one should focus on the intention. Like my first impression is to save this child because, and I would say they kind of have the instinct that that is the right thing to do. That's a good thing to do, but
Yes.
they can't because probably they will drown too. So it's
Yes.
still kind of it's still taking us back to objective
Objective.
because it's possible that they drown too.
Yeah.
but they have this click on their head as okay. I think I should save. I think the right thing for me to do is to save this child, but I can't because I can't swim.
Yeah, sure.
So,
But is there a strong objective reason and a moderate objective reason? Because that would be like an absolute objective. You must do it, even if you don't know how to swim. You must do it, even if some people are chasing after you to kill you and you have to stop and rescue the child. You said objective.
to save us time, we hope to see you another time. So we'll be able to continue our discussion about uh, good. Because I feel like analyzing ethical issues takes a lot of time. Even
Yes.
personally, when I was like writing my research on adoption and post care, it took me time. Sometimes I had to like stop, wait for like 2 days or two to be able to come up with ideas. So nice having you in the studio. We hope to see you some other time. We appreciate you coming around.
Okay.
And yeah, so guys, thanks for watching. We hope to see you in the next video. This is the Chronicle. Have a good one, guys.